Summer heat heads up into the Arctic Circle, even well north of the Arctic Circle of several hundred miles, 70 degrees north latitude. Ust-Lansk, Russia, high temperatures going into the mid-80s next week for Monday. Highs in the low 80s in some of the widespread areas, widespread low 80s, but isolated areas of the mid-80s. That's warm enough to issue heat warnings in that part of the world. Again, this is north of the Arctic Circle. Arctic Circle, 67 degrees north latitude, or 66 degrees north latitude, and a little bit in between 66 and 67. This is up at 70 degrees north latitude, so a few hundred miles north of where the Arctic Circle is. There is no nighttime over there, but the sun is low in the sky. When you have clear skies, the solar insolation is highest in the world right now in the Arctic. So that's the reason why you can get so warm. Fort Yukon, Alaska, temperatures going into the low 80s tomorrow. Again, that's also the Arctic. So those are just two examples of where it's going to be real warm. The difference is Fort Yukon, Alaska, it's more of an isolated area. When you head into Russia, it's really more widespread. The super intense stuff stays well to the south by about at least 2,500 miles in India and Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, all along the Persian Gulf, 110s, even 120s Fahrenheit. That's approaching 50 degrees Celsius, 45 to 50 degrees Celsius, and up north again, that's isolated spots of 30 degrees Celsius, but upper 20 Celsius. That's more in the widespread area. It's difficult to find the cities, really. On a lot of maps, you can just find latitude and longitude, but it's very hard to find the cities. But one of the cities is Ust-Lansk, Russia, but the heat really goes further north than that. The desert Southwest is in for very impressive stuff this week due to a heat dome, but the eastern U.S., the Northeast, New England, New York, Detroit, Michigan, all of these areas are in for like an anomaly of heat, just stuff that doesn't usually happen, especially in the month of June. Possibly one of the most powerful heat domes right now, forecasted to be at 600 decimeter heat dome, as we spoke about before, peaking right over Long Island, New York right now. Could be some sea breezes in some areas closer to the coast, could keep those temperatures down, but nonetheless, hot and humid conditions with heat indices well above 100 degrees. This is all along the coast, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, even Boston, Massachusetts, although again, you have to watch for that sea breeze, but temperatures very high along with heat indices. Detroit, Michigan, several days of just intense heat. St. Louis, Missouri, just intense heat, and so many other cities. Even Chicago, Illinois will get in on the action, but there is that lake breeze that is also going to interfere with the heat for areas closer to the lake. I wish everybody a wonderful day. Stay safe and have a great weekend. Have a wonderful Shabbos. You're listening to Weather with Enthusiasm. We have a powerhouse typhoon which has developed off in the Pacific Ocean. Extreme heat continues over the desert Southwest. A big shockaroo to many of you. This is especially true in regards to what's going to be going on in Alaska. We have parts of the world that are so hot right now. Temperatures are expected to go into the low 130s. What also makes the situation absolutely spectacular over there is the enormous differences between night and day. We have a remarkable weather pattern change that's going to be taking place over the next few days. We're going from one extreme to the next extreme. Small soft hail is falling with the storm. There's the possibility that snow squalls may develop. 27.1 barometric pressure. Feet of snow are falling in Japan when there's intense weather. That's a time of celebration. Just Google weather with enthusiasm and they're all going to come up.